This is a quick review of a 5-inch GPS by Magellan 5635TLM. This is the box it arrives in. You get a free lifetime of map updates. In the box we have a charging cable, USB, a bracket to hold the GPS in place in your car. There is also the lighter adapter charger. The mount itself for your dashboard or the windshield. The actual GPS. And a very detailed user manual. After doing initial charge for the GPS for about 2 hours, it is now ready for use. We will take a quick look around the GPS. On the left hand side you find the USB charging port, and then the SD card slot, and there is also an audio jack if you want to use headphones. Then you also have a reset button on the back, and on the other side there is a speaker. The small groove is used to lock the GPS in place when you mount it in your car. Removing it is very easy. You just push the mount back. When you turn the GPS on, you are presented with this set of menu options where you can select to go to a certain address, points of interest, previous address. You can also select to go to a place according to the intersection, look for city center, show your current location, or enter the destination you want to go to using coordinates. If we go to the most common option and we type the first letter of a city we want to go to, it will immediately suggest a name of a large city nearby, and also will gray out those letters that do not make a possible name for a city. In this case, it offers us San Francisco, and if we select that, we move on to a street name. For example, we can try this name, and the moment it has just a very limited number of street names, it will offer you to select one from the list. And then you enter street number and you are ready to go.
Proceed to Commodore Drive.
So that covers addresses. You can also see the turn-by-turn list of your route. You can see points of interest along your route, from fuel to restaurants, rest areas, and many more options. There are many settings you can select from. You can define the map to use 3D or 2D. You can opt to have the map change into night mode automatically at sunset. You can auto zoom on turns, which is very useful, etc. You can also control the sound level. You can decide whether your navigation should go by fastest time or shortest distance, and so on. You can select your language you prefer between English, French or Spanish. You can set your time zone. You can include or exclude the speed warning, and so on. One more nice feature is that it allows you to select between portrait mode to landscape mode. So this is the portrait mode, of course, and then you will see your maps along the long side, or you go back to landscape mode. So this is a very nice feature. When you look at the map on the top right, and that will take you to another menu where you can select emergency, and it will offer you to find a local police or hospital and so on. You can also assign additional icons with specific locations that you want to go to, for example. Next we will demonstrate how the GPS works in a real-life situation. This real-life demo will show the Magellan GPS in real-life situation. Once you plug it into the 12-volt socket, it comes on right away, and it was fairly quick to find satellites, even though it's completely overcast today. For the demo, we will seek some address in San Francisco. And we're gonna go to some random street. In this case, Van Ness Avenue. We push go.
Proceed to Powell Street.
You can control the brightness and the volume from the main screen. Admittedly, it would have been better if it was even brighter, but it's visible enough.
Perform a U-turn when possible.
The markings on the map on the Magellan GPS is very clear. It's very easy to follow.
In half a mile, better ride onto the I-80 West, San Francisco, and enter the freeway.
At any given time on the screen you can see the next turn, whether it's right or left, and how far you need to go to get to that turn. It also indicates at the top of the screen the name of the freeway or the street where you need to head.
In half a mile, better ride onto the I-80 West, San Francisco, and enter the freeway.
On the bottom left, you can select the distance or the time left for the trip.
In 1.5 miles, continue on the current road on the I-80 West, then keep right.
You also have on the bottom left an indicator of special conditions on the road. For example, about red light cameras and other type of hazards or conditions you need to be aware of. It also shows you the lanes you should take to get to where you need to go, but we are taking the wrong road just so that you see how long it takes it to recalculate.
Sharp left turn, I-880 North, Wig Avenue, and enter the toll road.
It already recalculated the directions to take us back. At this point, I'm going to cancel the trip. And we're going to look for points of interest. For example, you can look for restaurants, Chinese food, and there is the list of Chinese restaurants. You can pick one and it will calculate where you need to go. Finding points of interest is very quick on
In
the
half a
GPS.
mile, turn left, Magellan Parkway, then turn right. Continue 1¾ miles to exit 10, California 13, Ashby Avenue.
This will be the end of the review, and thank you very much for watching.
Destination on the left in half a mile.